Hello again, my name is Gabe Zolna. I just posted a couple of videos this morning. This morning will be the 23rd of January 2018. And one of them talked about an illegal Uber driver in California that raped 4 women. He targeted women that were intoxicated, drove them to their residence, and raped them. And when he was finished raping them, he robbed them. Took their cell phones, took their jewelry, took whatever he could get his filthy hands on. Now here's what you want to ask yourself. Do you think that he's the only Uber driver that's illegal? And I'm not just talking about California. How about in Arizona? Huh? How about in other states? How about Nevada? So what this really means is, especially in California with the lax laws they have on illegal immigrants, you're really putting your life in jeopardy when you pick up the phone and call for an Uber driver. You don't know if that person is legal or illegal. Obviously, Uber didn't know either. So how do you solve the problem? Well, you can't. In California, they can't even ask what needs to be asked. All he's got to do is produce a California driver's license, and they're easy to obtain. No different than in Hawaii. Birth certificates were easy to obtain back in the early 60s. That's why Barack Hussein Obama and the folks that, were behind him chose Hawaii as his birthplace. I honestly believe that Obama's the Manchurian candidate. I honestly believe he was created for the role that he's in before he was even born. Again, I transgressed. I apologize for that. Let's stay focused. Now, it just isn't the Uber drivers. It could be anyone. It could be the delivery man that's bringing you some items that you purchased from a local furniture store. Especially, again, in California. Folks, can you see how this is going completely out of control? You can't trust anyone that knocks on your door. Again, especially in California. I got to believe Arizona is a good target for it as well, since, we're right against the Mexican border. One of the reasons I never leave home without one of these is exactly that. You just never know who you're going to meet. There was a comedian that was against these until he got robbed at gunpoint. They took his cell phone and whatever else they took. And now he wants one of these. See, the reality is you only have one life to protect, and that life is yours. If you can't defend your own life, in all probability, the police will come to the scene of the event. That's the reality. They can't be everywhere. You need to get one of these. And if your state legislators don't allow you to have one of these, move to another state. Speaking about state legislators, whatever happened to that bill that would allow a concealed carry permit holder to carry in any state, the reciprocity bill? You might want to ask your federal government. You might want to ask the state government. You might want to ask the congressional members and the Senate members. If I'm not mistaken, it was approved the House of Representatives. It hasn't come through the Senate yet. And it probably won't, because of the 60 vote requirement. What Mitch McConnell should do is bring in the nuclear option. That's sort of what I think. The good news is that the federal government strike has been put on hold. The workers are being paid, the military is being paid, but for what, another 6 weeks? And then the dog and pony show starts all over again. You know what I think. You sort of know what a lot of folks think. You know what President Trump thinks. You know what that worthless Chucky Schumer thinks. But do you really know what he thinks? The reason I say do you really know is I did a video yesterday where he talks out of both sides of his mouth. He's against illegal immigration, and then he's for illegal immigration. Don't you see that as somewhat of a problem? I sure as hell do. Thanks for listening.